Hi, this is Jim Campilongo, and today I'm going to talk about tuning with a tuner. I use this Fender Bullet, okay, and I'm not here to promote this or endorse it, but I like this tuner. I checked out a lot of them. Some looked a little outlandish to me, and this one's fairly, it's black. It doesn't cry out headstock tuner, but the things I really liked about it was if you replace the battery, this unscrews, and I really like that. Here we go, it's almost unscrewed, and it's got threads, you feel it, you put it back and you could put it on nice and tight. Isn't gonna break, and it has a really obvious button on the back, and I really like that. I don't know if you could see it, maybe you can, I'm wearing black so that doesn't help. And I feel that button, it protrudes, I push it in, I push it out, and I could feel that. Also, it's not super big, so it fits on a Tele headstock pretty well. There's not a lot of real estate on a Tele headstock, but this one fits pretty well there, and I feel the button, and the readout is very obvious. Like even if I'm outdoors and there's sun and stuff, I could still see it. Okay, so I've just clicked it on and I'll start tuning, and my basic tip is harmonics on the 6, 5, and 4 string, and always tune up, even if you're sharp. Okay, so check it out. Okay, there's my E. It's a little flat, which was advantageous, but I'm going to tug on it and make it really flat. There it is. It's like a half step lower. And that harmonic is ringing, and it's not confusing the tuner. And it's a very consistent message to the tuner. Okay, that's perfect. It's sustained. I could just see it coming up as I slowly brought the tuner up. And I stretched it to tune up to keep the tension. If you release the tension, the guitar gets a little confused, starts to flop around a little bit, and it's always better to tune up and keep the tension going. Okay, here's the 5th string. Again, we hit a harmonic. Okay, a little sharp, which is good, and I'm not going to tune down. I'm going to tug on my string and make it flat, and then tune up using the harmonic, which is sustaining nicely, not confusing the tuner, and I could just see, I wish you could see it, just, the arrow going up to where it's perfect. Here's my 4th string. That one's right on. Let's make it flat, at least right on according to the tuner. Okay. And now it's perfect. Now the strings 3, 3, 2, and 1. Sometimes I just play an open string because there's not a lot of harmonics that confuse the tuner. That's a harmonic, that's an open string. Same readout, it came out good, but let's make it flat. There it went flat, which is good. And I just brought it up. I used the harmonic to tune up. There we go. Okay, 2nd string. That one says it's good. Let's make it flat. And same thing with the high E. That came out good. Let's make it a little flat. You got to be careful with the thin string not to hurt your fingers when that went a little flat. Okay, that's still good. Sometimes things shift a little. Let's check it out. Sounds pretty good. Good. It's reading really nice. Okay, so that was a real torture test. And these are fairly older strings. I usually put on brand new strings quite often, every gig, and These I did a gig and then, you know, practice and stuff. But that song sounded respectable. If I was in front of an audience and had to play that intro or play that piece, I wouldn't be embarrassed by the tuning. It was nice and solid. And again, I tuned up so things hold. I mean, some of the culprits we have as guitarists, the bar chord, that sounds good. D sounds pretty good. You know, the guitar is a tricky instrument to tune, but everything worked out pretty well. And again, I need to do it quickly usually. I took my time with this lesson, but sometimes, you know, you have 8 seconds to tune. I mean, sometimes I can't even complete it if I'm not the leader. And the singer just says, you know, this is a song, this is the title, 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, I might get 6, 5, and 4 in that, you know, space of time. So a quick read is really essential. So the other thing is, and you know, that's basically a lesson, but the other thing is if you're using a tuner and your guitar is still out of tune, it's time to go to the luthier, okay? At least I'm guessing and assuming that. I bring my guitar, my main guitar in, and the past year or so, this has been my main guitar, like every 4 months, every 5 months. Now, maybe I play a little bit more than you, I'm not sure, but the intonation goes out, maybe the frets need some shaving. Certainly, my nut gets shaved off. I just had to have my 4 string built up. And that's nice and true. There's no buzzing. You know, it's reading true. There's not zzz. And a lot of times because I do things like that, whatever, the nut gets shaved. So I have to have that built up or replaced. So I'm always on my guitar and my amp. I've been to many studios who brag we have 30 amps here, and I kind of mutter to myself, to be honest, you know, oh yeah, you have 30 amps that don't work. And a lot of times the pots are dirty, the reverb's intermittent or doesn't work. I mean, I have 2 amps that I, you know, spray money from a fire hose at. You know, I replaced the tubes 6 months to a year. The reverb tanks are checked out. The caps are checked out. Everything. I can't have noise. And those amps function at a very high level. And, you know, this guitar has a humbucker, but sometimes I have 2 single coils. I make sure my grounding is very secure and attached. And this is a single coil. That's not bad. You know, I'm just playing through a Fender Champ back here, but that's not bad. This guitar is functioning at a high level. So if you're not being able to tune, don't blame the tuner or even this video. You know, it might be time to get your intonation checked and, you know, by a luthier or do it yourself. I used to use this tuner. It was an E, not an A. Bang it, put it here. And you could hear an E, you know, that wasn't that loud, but I could hear it here. And sometimes initially putting on strings, I will use that so I can just get them in the ballpark before I start bending them and, you know, getting them perfect. But at this point, I almost know what an E is. I don't have perfect pitch, but, you know, I kind of know an E. Oh yeah, that's it. You know, it's just like an old friend I hear. So anyway, that's tuning. Use harmonics on strings 6, 5, and 4. Always tune up. And, you know, I use open strings usually for strings 3, 2, and 1. The tuner likes it. The tuner's happy. There's not a lot of overtones. So those are my hopefully helpful hints, and I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks a lot, and have a great day.